Hi guys, this is Katie and this is my Vietnam trip series. So just to start off, I recorded this in December 2019 with plans to share it in 2020, but world events meant that sharing travel content probably wasn't the best idea. So I thought it was about time I shared my travel videos with you now. Also, if you are new here, my name is Katie and I vlog about my life in Bangkok and travel vlogs like this. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, then make sure you hit subscribe. So firstly, we are flying from Bangkok into Hanoi. We got a grab from our apartment to the Bangkok airport, and this was in December of 2019, and you can see that the airport is pretty busy. Christmas time always seems to be a bit of a busy time in the city. We flew with Air Asia and the flight time is about an hour and a half. And we did stop for a quick bite to eat before we flew. The airports in Bangkok have plenty of Western chains that you can have some food at. So if you are worried about that, then there is nothing to worry about. So just like that, after flying with Air Asia, we landed in Hanoi and it was quite late at night. And then we checked into this hotel in the Old Quarter. So it is called the Golden Sun Palace Hotel and it costs us around $60 a night, including a limited breakfast. Now, in the Old Quarter of Hanoi, this is the type of hotel room you can expect. They are pretty small and to be honest, it is very difficult to get a place with a decent view. This window actually overlooked into a corridor, which is similar to the first time that we went to Vietnam as well. So this was pretty late at night and we decided to head out for some food. Like I said, it was Christmas time, so there were plenty of Christmas decorations around, which definitely got me into a festive spirit, which can be hard to do in Southeast Asia because of the heat. But yeah, we went for some local food and there wasn't actually much open because like I said, I think it was about 10 o'clock at night by this point. But we did find this little restaurant that seemed very, very popular. There was lots of people outside eating. So we stopped and had some food here. The dishes here were pretty affordable. We ended up having a few local dishes, so some stir-fry dishes and some Vietnamese spring rolls. These are deep fried and they were pretty good, to be fair. So then it is the next day now and we are heading out to see the Tran Quoc Pagoda. So we have 2 days in Hanoi before we get a boat to Ha Long Bay. So we spent the morning heading to the Tran Quoc Pagoda in the morning. So this pagoda is free to enter and it is a very beautiful place to visit. We visited, I think this might have been a Saturday, and it was very quiet here in the morning. We visited just as it opened. I want to say it was like 8 o'clock. I will leave the opening time somewhere on the screen because I can't remember off by heart. But we visited very early in the morning and it was really quiet and it was very quaint. And I really enjoyed visiting this little pagoda, and there's a temple at the back there. It was beautiful. So if you've been following us for a while, you'll know that we used to live in China, so we have visited pagodas like this before, and this one was really interesting because it wasn't renovated. Like all of the ones we've been to in China were very flashy. They'd obviously been painted over quite a few times, but this felt authentic. It felt old. Then, as typical tourists, we went to a local restaurant, and I'm being sarcastic here if you can't tell. We went to a place called Paris Baguette. This is a chain place. I think this is a chain restaurant because we used to have them in China a lot. But we just wanted to stop and have a quick bite to eat, and this was the nearest place to Tran Quoc Pagoda. Callum tried the Vietnamese coffee here, and it was, he really enjoyed it. I just had a flatbread. You can see it's very much a bakery with lots of kind of Asian inspired food here as well. But something to note is that they love, in Vietnam, this was the same in China, this is the same in Thailand, they love these over-the-top decorated cakes. We didn't pick up a cake, but if you want to get an over-the-top cake here, then this is definitely a great place to get one from. Then we headed over to the St. Joseph's Cathedral. So So like I've said a few times already, we visited at Christmas, hence the gigantic Christmas tree and all of the decorations here. But this is a unique cathedral in the heart of Hanoi, and it is definitely one of the best places to visit in the city. And then we just kind of went for a stroll around the cathedral. So there are lots of little shops that have these really unique kind of boutique items. So we picked up a few postcards. I loved all of the different artwork that you could pick up from here. There is some really lovely handmade items in the stores around. And then it came to kind of lunchtime and we stopped and had a banh mi. This is a very popular food in Vietnam, especially in Hanoi, but this is a French baguette that you can put all sorts of meats in it. You can put lettuce and tomatoes in it, but it tastes amazing. And I would definitely recommend it if you're visiting Vietnam. You need to get a banh mi at least once whilst you're there. But to be honest, spoiler alert, we have these all the time during this trip. So then we decided to head out that evening to a New York sports bar. So we love Chelsea. We are Chelsea fans. If you have watched these videos before, we love Chelsea. My husband Callum has a season ticket to Chelsea. So whenever we are traveling, whenever we are living abroad, we still watch the Chelsea games religiously. So we actually found this sports bar that was only about 15 minutes from the Old Quarter, and we went to check it out, watch the game. We had some cider here, we shared a pizza, and we had this like cheese and ham, are they called charcuterie boards or something like that? We had some nice food. We had some Western food. And please don't judge. Yes, we do eat Western food whilst we're in Asia. Not all the time. But living in China for 2 years, we only really ate Chinese food because there wasn't that many options. Living in Bangkok, we eat a lot of Thai food. But when we go out and we travel, we just like having some comforting Western food. So please don't judge. We do eat local food as well. And you will see that later on in the videos. But sometimes you just got to have, some Western food. When you're in a Western place, especially like a bar, it's just good to stick to what you think they'll probably be good at. Anyway, that's my rant over. So it is day 2. And today we decided to go to the Ngoc Son Temple, which is known as the Temple of the Jade Mountain, and it is in central Hanoi. It actually is one of the most popular temples in Hanoi, and it is located in the middle of the Hon Kim Lake. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but there's a big lake in Hanoi and it is located in the center of that. And this is a picturesque lake with some incredible structures and shrines. You can see there's a lot of Chinese influence in this temple as well. There are some Chinese writing scripts around the different structures here. And I believe that this temple was dedicated to Confucius. So there are lots of temples in Vietnam and China, and to be honest, in Southeast Asia in general, you have a lot of temples that were dedicated to Confucius. So I think this is one of those. So you can see that this temple is a lot busier than the temple that we visited yesterday, but we loved visiting this temple. And as you can see, as you walk through, there is this red bridge that takes you across to the temple itself. This is a very famous bridge in Hanoi. You can see lots of postcards and photographs of the city that feature this red bridge. And it obviously has a gorgeous view of the lake. And I will actually say it was pretty quiet here. If you stop and just sit on this bridge, of course there's lots of people around, but apart from all the people around, it doesn't feel like you're in the city centre of a very bustling, busy place. Like Hanoi is a busy place. Here you actually have some people burning fake money. So this is something that you will see in Asia quite a lot at temples, is that they burn fake items, or they give fake items. Sometimes you'll see like fake money being sold in markets. It's so that people can leave it as an offering in temples, and sometimes you'll see that they're burning them as well. And yet the inside of this place was stunning. Like, I have been to quite a few temples before, and this actually reminded me of a temple that we visited in Xi'an, which is the same city as where you can find the terracotta warriors in China. So it's very similar to that. It was very colourful. It had lots of gorgeous decorations along the side, lots of different structures around, and you can see it's actually a lot bigger than you anticipate it as you walk through. We also just loved all of the greenery around it as well. So we actually spent a lot of the morning here, and then we headed back to our hotel, had another Banh Mi because it was actually just around the corner from our hotel, and then we headed out for the evening. So we first of all went to this bar that overlooked this very busy, bustling area. You can see here that this is an intersection in the old quarter that is super busy. But we really just enjoyed something that we love doing in Hanoi. There's lots of restaurants and cafes and bars that have balconies and seating areas that you can sit on and overlook all of the different streets of Hanoi. And because the city is so busy and lively, you can spend a lot of time just people watching. Then we went to another bar, and it's Christmas time. I'm not entirely sure why they had chicken as decorations in the tree, but they did. I was able to have a Magners, which is something that you can't often find in Bangkok, fun fact. And then we went to this local restaurant. We had some deep fried spring rolls, we had some fresh Vietnamese spring rolls, and we tried lots of local dishes here as well. You can see here I opted for I think it was a coconut chicken curry, a Vietnamese coconut chicken curry, and it was amazing. I would definitely recommend. I will find the name of this restaurant that we had food in, and I will leave it in the description below because we really enjoyed it. And yeah, this was a great place to eat just before our big day the next day, where we are heading to Halong Bay. So that is the end of this video, guys. If you liked it, make sure you give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Also, make sure to check out our next video. We'll be heading to Halong Bay, which is a beautiful, beautiful place in Vietnam. It is a natural wonder of the world, and we went on a one-night cruise around this, and it is stunning. So I can't wait to share that experience with you. So thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you very soon. Bye, guys.